Welcome to the demo portion of the webinar. We're going to chat through a little bit about what an influencer would experience and logging into the influencer app, what that would look like. We're also going to share a little bit about the brand would experience when they manage a number of influencers for a particular campaign, and then highlight some of the analytics around that. And then at the end of this, we'll be able to take some questions if you have. If you use the tools on the side, you can post some of those questions in the chat menu, and we'll be happy to cover those for you. So number one, this is a brand that has a number of fast food retailers. One of them is Teriyaki Experience, and the other is Chop Leaf. And what we're doing here is logging in as an influencer. This person is a foodie. And so this person is an influencer who has been who's paid and used as part of this campaign. So she would log into her portal and she would be able to access a number of campaigns on the left side, and it happens to be one that's been assigned to her. So I'm just going to click on that and go into the campaign section. And you'll see this is about Teriyaki Experience 2.0, which is a brand new product for those in the Toronto area. It's a brand new product that's been launched in the retail side. It's very, very exciting. And they're using influencers as a way of informing people of the new menu and the new look and feel of the store and the menu boards and so on. So the first thing Jackie has access to, and she's already updated this, is her profile. So that is her details, her personal details, her name and so on, her reach, the number of people on Facebook and Twitter and so on, and her reach on those. And then also her blog impressions, update areas of expertise that she's in, and also some audience data. So she's able to do this one time, and after that it stays there for any of subsequent campaigns that the group would want to push out to her. This particular campaign has a unique set of content. The content is available here. She could use these sharing widgets here just to share that out. So for example, I've logged in, it's going to show you my profile, but there would be an ability to put some customized messaging in and a package of information that's just below there for Facebook. Or she can take the information there and do her own organic posts on Facebook and any of the other media that she feels comfortable with and platforms she wants to share that out with. So this is more ease of use. By the way, this works in mobile and also on the desktop. She's going to be able to put her blog together here. There's suggested photo content and imagery, so an outline of what we're trying to do and the objectives of this particular campaign are located here, hashtags and so on, and then some of the images that they're recommending that they use as part of this overall campaign. So that highlights a bit of the outline. Down below here is tracking tags. So this is where if you were going to post this one link right here, which now has been bitlicized, is available that you can use on any external websites and attribute all of the traffic, all the clicks and so on back to you or back to Jackie in this case in terms of what she's done. There's also a pixel she can add to her blog to track the impressions of that. In this case, she didn't put it on, it's not active, but that's a simple pixel that can be added to measure her impressions. Finally, there's a measurement tab. And as she goes here, we can see real time what's occurred. So 4,500 blog impressions. Her reach was 19,118, but she actually reached 20,000. Her ad equivalency is $554, which is a score made up of a number of things, including engagement, including the clicks that are involved, and giving a score back to the brand in terms of value for dollars spent. Working with the influencer, there's the number of clicks she achieved on different channels and what she's done there. Also her reach. So just a simple graphic highlighting most of her reach is obviously on Instagram and then on Twitter. And then her audience being mostly in Toronto. Some Vancouver, but certainly a Toronto-based influencer, which is I know what they were looking for because the restaurants that are coming out with the 2.0 version of their product are into Toronto market. Gender is female. Parents, 49.2 are parents, 83.9 are married. Age is 19 to 30 and lower income. So obviously she's connected more with the student side of this particular campaign. Now I'm going to flip over just to what she was pushing this to. So the link was going to a particular application, or in this case, a contest and engagement, which you would enter and then share the information out. And the contest was free meal every week for a year with teriyaki experience, and a very simple campaign that was set up in Maven. This app here is for the influencers and measuring what they do specifically and individually. This is an engagement that is set up with Maven with its tool set in the back. And now I'm going into the back end of the system of Maven Social and showing you what the brand would experience and what they would go through. So you can see down at the bottom, there's a campaign here, and there's a number of influencers that are running in that, and they've already been uploaded very simply with an Excel file, or individually you can upload them. You can see the different influencers that are deployed and that were used. So I can go in any one of them, and one of them was one of the ones that you saw in the experience at the top. But I'm also able to go under here and review the reporting. So if I go to the report and take a look at the overview of this particular campaign, you can see the overall reach was 120,000. The overall impressions was 21,804, and the total visits was 1,052. We weren't collecting emails from this. It was strictly focusing on generating impressions and reach and amplification and so on. So we're able to measure that on this campaign, which is still in process. There is a sharing element. We can understand where the shares went out. We can understand which influencers aggregately did the best. You can see Laura here did very well. She's already brought in 580 visitors. And I can go into any one of these elements and find out orders if I want, and those types of things. Let's just go into another view here, and that is understanding how well some of these influencers did on this launch site in terms of their viral impact. So Jackie here on this particular engagement, we have her details, we have her Maven score, we have a profile. Specifically, you can see the pearls. These are all the engagement she had. All these specific pearls all link back to her. So they're unique pearls, one for Facebook, one for Twitter. That shows the influencer journey on what they did and how they did it, over what time frame. All of that is pulled back into the system. We're also able to see her web of influence, her impact on this particular campaign. So with her specifically, you can see that she's brought in these individuals, actually brought those contact names in, and there's some viral impact here with one of her contacts. Her score is available as well, her Maven score. So there's three scores. One is the ad equivalency score, one is the Maven score, which is the overall impact of the entire campaign for her, specifically as an influencer. And there's also upcoming in February, there's going to be an engagement score, how they engage on social media. Some people call that earned media, but the overall engagement, comments, likes, and so on. And that's for Instagram and Twitter. But you can see here we've got total followers, an aggregate view of that, the reach, the economic impact and engagement for Jackie. So what we've got is a roll-up set of data on how she did. There's a lot more that we could show you, but just to highlight one other key one is the channel tab. And what the channel tab is, helps us understand the impact aggregately of all the influencers and understand how much owned media was used, paid, and earned. So this is obviously paid ads and so on. There's your earned and there's your owned in terms of visits, all the way down to orders if you want to measure that. And if I go under the details, you're going to be able to see, how well the ads performed, what referrals came in. This is actually from Instagram, so a good number of visitors came from Instagram. and so on and so forth. So I'm able to determine what channels really worked effectively for this campaign to drive in the results that we're looking for. So that is a wrap on just a quick overview on the influencer app here, creating an engagement, and then finally over here, measuring the overall experience for this particular campaign. We'll take some questions now if you have that. And otherwise, thank you so much for coming to the webinar and understanding what we do. And we're looking forward to working with you. Thank you.